Today we're using my two-shot DM10 here in Black Ops 6 Season 3. I made an overpowered class up that you guys can dominate lobbies with. Let's get right into the attachments. For my first attachment for my optic, I had the Kevlar Microflex. I feel like you're going to be hitting a lot more shots with this thing rather than using a giant scope. And you're able to use this thing at closer ranges because you have the Kevlar Microflex on. So make sure you guys have this on. For my next attachment for my muzzle, I had the ported compensator, and you are going to be gaining 3 ticks of first shot recoil control, which is gun kick control, as well as 2 ticks of vertical recoil control. I personally love this attachment because it's going to help out with the gun kick control. So every time you shoot, you're not going to have as much of a bounce and you're not going to have any shake at those longer ranges. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, we're getting 50% to the first shot recoil control scale, 18% to the recoil gun kick control, and then 20% to the vertical recoil control. For my next attachment for my barrel, I had the reinforced barrel, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of bullet velocity as well as 2 ticks of damage range. I personally love this attachment because you're able to take those longer range gunfights without your gun feeling like a pea shooter. The damage range is going to increase that TTK as well as the bullet velocity, making sure those bullets connect a lot faster at those longer ranges. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 25% to the bullet velocity, and then the damage at effective range is 29.2, and the damage on that is 65, and then the damage beyond range is 80.3, and the damage on that is 34. For my next attachment for my underbarrel, I had the Ranger handguard, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of horizontal recoil control as well as 1 tick of sprinting movement speed. I personally love this attachment because it's going to make sure you don't have a bumpy recoil pattern at those longer ranges, and it's going to give you a speed boost to your movement. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 1% to the recoil gun kick control, 20% to the horizontal recoil control, and then 6% to the sprinting movement speed. For my next attachment for my magazine, I had the extended mag 1 so I can get into a lot more gunfights and reload less. So make sure you guys have this on. For my next attachment for my rear grip, I had the ergonomic grip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of dive to fire speed, 3 ticks of slide to fire speed, 2 ticks of ADS speed, and then 2 ticks of jumping ADS speed. If you guys do slide or dive, you are definitely going to love this attachment because if you do slide or dive, you are going to be picking up your weapon extremely fast as well as ADSing fast, and if you do decide to jump in ADS, that will increase your ADS speed as well. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 15% to the ADS speed, 15% to the jump ADS speed, 50% to the slide to fire speed, and then 50% to the dive to fire speed. For my next attachment for my stock, I had the heavy stock, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of flinch resistance. I personally feel like all the marksman rifles don't have a good flinch resistance, so that's why I put it on this weapon. I mainly was using this so that way whenever people shoot at me, my gun doesn't go flying up in the air because I'm getting shot at. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 55% to the flinch resistance. Finally, for the fire mods, I had the rapid fire attachment, and this is going to increase your fire rate. Since you aren't losing damage range or bullet velocity with rapid fire attachment, I definitely recommend using this. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 17% to the fire rate. Here are all my perks on the screen for the wild card. Makes you guys using gunfighter so that way you guys can have all these attachments. Here are all the attachments on the screen with the stats. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today we're using the DM10. Let's see what we can do with this thing. We need the aggressive teammates. We need that first push. That first push is everything. Alright, so my teammates are jacked. Teammates, hop on the freaking hill. Good boy. Alright, 13,000 different Semtexes. Alright.
Pinche naco.
Excuse me? What is that language? I gotta mute. I don't know what you said. It could have been a curse in a different language. It could have been, you know. my teammates just not be so goofy? Honestly, I'm gonna take the win on this game. For this gun, just because I got no teammates and I personally don't really, or I don't even know. Teammates are kind of iffy on this. Alright, we're gonna be hail kittens all game. Sit on the hill. Just because I'm not too confident in my gun skill with this gun. I'm gonna be honest. This gun ain't really my strong suit, I would say. I need this 3 points. Oh yes.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hey, wanna listen to some tunes? Standing by.
I would love to just sit for and it hurt? How did they get a hurt? Bye, Wuzo. Bye, Wuzo. I know your widow friend is still alive.
Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint active.
That was a scary one right there. He had a knife. We don't like knifers.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint locked down.
I need eyes overhead.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
You sack of shit. No way I died.
Hardpoint is secure.
I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to go for a nuke.
Established overhead. Hardpoint identified.
That's why I was saving my war machine.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is active.
Let's play ball. I can't even see because there's too much bread stuff. Yeah, this dude's pissing me off. Enemy. Bro, how? Dude, this kid has a bow staff. How don't you hear him swinging that long stick hose? That's cool and all, but we are winning. That's all that matters. should have went back for the extra points. But screw it. I ain't gonna lie, I used my multiplayer class of the Tarkov, Sarkov, whatever you want to call it. Bro, it absolutely sucked off. Like, that thing was terrible. I would shoot one bullet and they could shoot like 2 clips of a Sog or a Jackal before I could shoot 3 shots. I mean, pretty freaking ridiculous on the speed on that. You definitely need rapid fire on those. I mean, I've been starting to work on those just because I'm pretty sure I finished all of my LMG kills. So I'm on to the marksman rifles. So if you know which one I should skip out of all of them, let me know. I'm assuming it's gonna be the Tarkov, Sarkov.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
Just because that thing is absolute dog water poop.
Designated coordinates for LDBR.
I don't care, still killed the scrambler. You mad?
Hardpoint identified.
Dude, my guy goes like this with the C4, but like doesn't explode it. What is your problem, dumbass?
Satcom giving a UAV.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hey, requesting UAV. Kane requesting loadout helo tasking.
World's first advanced UAV with only destroying the soul packs. I almost called them advanced packs. I'm sorry.
Cover requesting UAV.
What is in his, like, bro, what is that? I think that's a skin for the bow staff, but that thing is crazy. It looks like a dual-sided lightsaber.
Hardpoint located.
It looked like he jacked freaking Darth Maul for his lightsaber.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
TACOM, I need eyes overhead. Cover requesting 1,000 helo tasking.
Bye bye.
Priority tasking request received. UAV exiting your grid.
I wasn't sure how well I was gonna do with this gun at the start, but we didn't do too bad. I mean, this gun ain't necessarily all that horrible. I don't mind it too much, and I don't really like semi-autos. I feel like this one you definitely have more of a shot than the Sarkov Tarkov.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Getting LDBR on my mark.
Hardpoint identified.
One thing I haven't uploaded in a while is pistols, so yeah, I gotta get on those. Teammate, you're right next to me, you can't shoot him.
Hardpoint locked down.
One thing I didn't know about the Siren, that a lot of you guys might not even know, the majority of the challenges for Warzone are getting eliminations, which is just like normal kills, or even like hitting someone and your friend downing them. For the Siren, you have to get headshots, so good luck with that. I have about like 20 with them.
Hostile attacker hardpoint.
I'm pretty sure you can down them and then get the headshot, which isn't too bad, but you gotta down them with the Siren, I'm assuming. Okay.
Angel is hot.
I'm not really too crazy about the kills with this thing, just because like I'm not gonna go too heavy on myself, just because I'm not really too fond of this weapon. Some of the guns I really don't like, I will cut myself some slack just because these are a little bit difficult, a little bit on the difficult side to record. But there we go, we did get the win. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.